I love how like you were like, yeah, let's game plan, and this dude wrote intro.
Tells you a lot about
I was
his
like,
classes.
that's it.
Intro.
I just started working on my phone. Like, all right, man.
Man, I love watching him explain the class. Okay, guys, today 5x2 deadlift. You take 20 minutes here and then come back. We go do the deadlifts, and then we come back, and then he'll be like, okay, guys, second part we're gonna do 12 minutes of number 1 sit-ups, number 2 pull-ups, and then we're gonna stop and then do a different 12 minutes of pull-ups and then sit-ups. Everyone understand? But then I always be like, no. He's like, okay, let's go. حقيقة هذا اللي يصير. We're on? يلعن شكلي. Okay.
This is a real thing, or we just?
Yeah, this is the new thing.
It's a weird thing.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam.
Welcome to our humble setup and podcast. Thank you for coming with us. Our guest, Tyrone Jones, a.k.a. Not really. With my co-host, Ahmed Bajaber. Thank you.
I thought he was gonna say something. But
No, I mean,
Go say something. Say something.
what do you want me to say? You know, you say my name.
طيب خلاص قول اسمك آسف.
It felt just like the other day when we tried to do the video, man.
It's the same thing,
He's
bro.
like, it's my host and he's like,
I'm going to open up with the most obvious line of question to a person who's as muscular as you and to a person who's been here for a good while now. You'll be super happy about this. You too. It's your thing. I thought of it. How much money you got?
What?
a lot.
How many problems you got?
Ooh.
A lot.
How many people done doubt you?
A lot.
How many pray that you flop?
Man, a
انت
lot.
جبت الليرك من نفسه؟
ايوه عارفين.
يا واد.
How many lawyers you got?
A lot.
I don't got
Nah,
no
not a
lawyers.
lot.
I'm sorry.
You need
You
some
lost
of
me
that.
on that one.
It's just
I got
when
lawyer friends though, so I guess that
lawyer
counts.
friends.
Yeah.
Is that
homies.
like what does lawyer
got-
friends mean?
I got homies that are lawyers.
Okay,
So yeah.
for real?
For real. For
How
real.
did you meet lawyers?
I mean, we met in high school, but yeah.
I don't know.
They became lawyers in time, you know.
Do we know lawyers? I mean, this is as successful.
عجب نور. عجب نور is a lawyer.
Oh shit. Ajab Noor is a lawyer,
He is.
Okay.
but he doesn't practice it. He just
Gotcha.
put off flames. He's a fireman. This is as successful as we go. Iyad, who's
Iyad, mashallah.
he works in a bank.
Okay.
That's the most that me and Ahmed can do. Nothing more successful than that. So T, you're the head coach of. Your knees are what?
No, nothing. Go ahead.
All right.
Yeah, go ahead.
They're black.
Yeah, I thought they might be black and ashy. I just
We
thought
have a
that-
stereotype about that in Saudi, by the way.
What is it? Tell me.
I never understood it.
Which one?
The girls having black knees. You know that's
Oh, yeah,
عجب.
yeah.
تعرف الstereotype ده صح؟ مركب سوداء.
Yep.
I never understood it. But it's a real stereotype. I'm not making fun of it.
No, what is it?
It's girls having black knees. It just trended at some point and then I never understood it.
Like it's like a stigma, like girls having black
It's
knees.
something not good. You know.
Like a certain type of girls who has black knees.
Yeah, like. I
mean,
No idea. ايه حقيقي.
What?
مركب سوداء.
Oh, okay.
Like is black knees because of like stuff that they be doing, or black knees because it's
Think
like
because they're not.
genetic?
I want to think it's
No.
because of stuff they be doing.
Well, yeah, I mean it makes sense.
I definitely want to think about that.
In that case, then that's a kind of a universal thing and not just Saudi. You know what I mean?
Black knees?
I mean, not we won't say black knees, but like if someone has rough knees, then you know,
Rough knees? Oh, okay.
That's
yeah,
a good
like
trait.
rough or bruised. I actually just saw like something on IG, you know, as a side note. But yeah, like it was
Someone
it
on
was
IG
like,
who has-
it was like basically it was the Instagram like post. It was just like your girl goes off to college and then comes back with bruised knees, and then like dude is crying. Like, so then it was just like like
I think
what did they say?
But I
Like
don't think it's the same thing.
just
I
live
don't
your
think
life,
it's the
king, or
same
so,
thing.
it
I
said
don't
something
think-
like that.
no.
Like just live your life, king. Like
I think I'll go next time I go to RG. I'll be looking for black knees. I'll be like, yo, you get.
That's terrible.
So
It's off
T,
to a great start, yeah.
you've been our head coach in RG Fit for a long while. Personally, been off the team for a while, but I'm super happy you're with us.
miss you,
Yeah,
man. We
Allah.
miss you.
You added so much strength to the team, both physically and mentally, figuratively and literally as well. You're one strong MF, mashallah.
The nation.
You lead by example. You're such a great guy, honestly. And I love a part about your story, which you've told a lot by now. But I hope the story changes the more you spend time over here. So I want to know your journey that took you from the US, and then you went to Tokyo, which is apparently the same as China to your cousins. And then you came here. So
The old Chinese.
It really
isn't
is, man. It really
that's
is. It's
always
crazy.
an interesting story because I'm going to share something with you, and I don't know if you know this in our culture yet, but there is something that always amazes me. I think it might be the main difference between Western men, Western people, and us. We do not move a lot. I mean, if tomorrow I got a job opportunity in Riyadh, which is the capital of Saudi, it's a move. But you guys move a lot. And the States is bigger. And you guys move a lot even outside the States, and you're okay with it. And you do it with such ease. I bet it's not easy, which is why I want to hear from you. But you guys do it as if it's second nature, as if it's a necessity in life to learn more and grow more, which is obviously a good reason. But we're unable, I mean, my way of thinking does not expand beyond Saudi.
Yeah, to be honest with you, man, it really depends on where you come from in the States, because I'm the only person like in my circle, most of my circles, who's done anything like this, you know. Vast majority of my friends, they have actually stayed put, whether it's in the same state and maybe made that venture to another state, but it's actually not that common because the U.S. is massive, you know what I mean? So a lot of people, and I think, unfortunately, this is kind of the way that we're raised in the States as well. It's just like America, like we're number one in everything. So it's just like there's no need to go anywhere else, you know? That's changing for sure now, just because of like the state of the state of the states.
Of the states.
You know what I mean? But again, like to be honest with you, like making that leap and going to, you know, across borders, it's not as common as maybe it would be in Europe or something like that, again, because like the access and everything is different, it's easier. But like if you I didn't have a passport. Like I took the job to go to Japan. I did the interview and everything, and then they were like, okay, great, like we love you, like when can you come? And then I was like, well, I got to get my passport first. Like just give me a couple weeks and then I'll get that squared away. So I literally had to like go and apply and get my passport to be able to take this job and move, you know what I mean? So like moving to Japan was my first time leaving the States. And again, in my circle of friends, I was the first one to really go outside of the continent of the U.S. Like people been to Mexico or Canada, like that don't count.
Yeah.
You know, outside of that, like a lot of, especially in the Black community, honestly, man, like we don't travel enough. And like I said, things are changing, but
Since you brought up the Black community, is that lack of opportunities?
What is it
I think
exactly?
it's a combination. It's a combination of everything, man. Like, and again, it depends on where you are, all of that stuff like that. I think lack of opportunities, lack of just exposure. I know I've heard from many of my friends, and seeing my experience, like, because when I went to Japan, it was just like I was turned up because that was like
sense.
it was like 6 years ago now, you know. So I was like in this mode where I'm kicking it. So. And then I'm in Japan, in Tokyo, and then we traveled all over the world for our World Cups and stuff like that. So I'm in Kazakhstan, Germany, Italy, like I'm going all over the place, and everywhere I'm going, I'm posting, I'm kicking it, I'm meeting people. So it was like people were seeing that experience and they're like, damn, bro, like you live and living, you know?
Definitely.
So it inspired a lot of people around me just to be like, yo, like I can do that too, you know? Because it's just like, yo, like, that's Jones. Like we hung out, we grew up together. So when people saw that, then I know from, you know, speaking from some of my circles, they were just like, yo, like you doing this, it's inspiration to me, you know. So that's a big, you know, piece of me doing what I do is just like giving back and paying it forward. You know what I mean?
I think it's the same. If you think about it, it's inspiration for both of us as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
It comes from the same place that
Yeah.
we don't do that over here. We just
Exactly.
simply don't do that.
Exactly,
We might
exactly.
reach a massive success over here. Business was always good over here for the longest time.
Yeah.
And then you have an opportunity to make good money here, given the fact that we have good opportunities. Plus, and I don't mean this in any negative way, but it
Yeah.
is what it is. We don't have that much of options and lifestyles, you know? We
Yeah,
don't have
yeah.
nightlife, we don't have anything.
Yeah.
So you end up actually saving more money in a positive way, if that makes sense, because you get to do whatever you want in the
Right.
vacation.
Right.
So we do, I mean, I think we travel a lot, but for a vacation reason.
Even studying is different. If, because I've been through this 7 years, but I had in my mind I'm coming back home.
Yeah.
So it's totally different.
I got you. I got you.
I mean, I think for you moving out from the state,
Yeah, man.
so it's kind of different.
Yeah, it's different, and yeah, it's good though, man. I'm thankful all around for the experience, and
Excluding barbecues, how different was Tokyo from the States?
man, Tokyo is different from everywhere, man. Everywhere that I've been,
I hear that.
Tokyo, it
Yeah.
just, I mean, just the Japanese culture, like, Japan is a beautiful place, man. Really cool, but you know, living there, honestly, like from the time I got there, I had a ball and I loved it and I enjoyed it, but I never felt like this is a forever place for me. I think, you know, culturally, for me personally, there was a disconnect that made me always be like, you know, like, I can't like plant my roots here, you know.
But why? What's like?
Just the way that they do things, man. Like, just I feel like, for example, like coming here, it's a very little thing. It's a little thing, but it went such a long way with me. It resonated with me like on a deeper level, like in my soul, you know. Like, so when I first I left Japan, I'm getting here, and then like that was a big story in and of itself of like trying to get over here. But I get over here, I'm in the airport, you know, and then the guy, he sees me like super hyped up. He's like, Habibi, like hyped up. Like, dude, it was just a little sandwich shop, right? So he's hyped up. He's like, hey, like where you from? He's asking me questions and stuff like that. So he's like, you know, he's legitimately interested in knowing more about me and everything. And then my man, he put a little extra meat on the sandwich, like, yeah, Habibi, like, here you go, you know? And I'm like, okay, thanks, man, appreciate that. And like, he put that little extra meat in, like, he checked back up and be like, how was it? You good? You need anything else?
That's nice.
But like, just that type of energy, you don't really get that in Japan, you know?
Okay.
Their culture is a lot more reserved, more,
here?
huh?
Then here?
But yeah, like you think about how you guys are, like the physical contact, like you.
Oh, yeah,
My
yeah.
bad. I hit the
Yeah,
mic.
yeah.
Like we hug and kiss, you know. It's the same type of deal back home. Like we dap each other up. We hug our brothers, and I call you my brother. Whereas like in Japan, like I could have people that I worked with for, you know, half a decade, and then we're still like, I don't really know that much about you, you know.
I understand.
I still don't necessarily feel like we can call each other friends, you know. So yeah, that's the kind of difference there. It's just like culturally, just the vibe. That's
Yeah.
the easiest way for me to describe it. Like the vibe is just different, you know.
It's too formal over there, right?
Yeah. Formal is one way to describe it, you know.
I've heard the same review from actually an American friend of mine.
Yeah.
I used to work in a coffee shop. I don't know if I've ever told you this. And they brought us a guy from uptown Boston. I don't know what does that exactly mean, but
Yeah,
not
yeah.
from the same city,
Okay.
not Boston City.
Okay.
His name was Jordan, still a good friend of mine. And Jordan went to Japan for 2 years after Saudi.
Okay.
And he loved it for 2 years. But he gave me the same exact review. He's like, the moment I set foot there, I knew I could spend some time, but I knew it wasn't the final destination. I can't live here.
No.
And then he told me, and not that I'm dissing anywhere in the world, but he told me this story about suicidal rates being really high
Yeah,
because
man.
of the job demands and the lifestyle.
Yeah.
And then drinking over there being a main reason to how they run away from stuff. So it gets really ugly.
Yo,
I don't know if you know
it's
this.
crazy.
No, I
man.
don't know this.
The most aggressive drinking stories I've ever heard is in
It's
Japan.
crazy over there, man.
I remember
It's really
you told
crazy.
me about that.
Yeah,
guy.
like
Is
you
that-
could it could be a Tuesday, just middle of the week, and you walk in the street. Again, this is Tokyo. It's not necessarily like this everywhere, but
Yeah.
alcohol is a big thing there. You know, Tuesday night, you walk in the street, you see a businessman like just casually laid out on the sidewalk with his briefcase next to him. Like I'm talking about like sloppy, passed out, like out on the sidewalk, you know, dirty ass street. And it's just it's a normal thing. It's an everyday thing. You know, you just walk and then people just walk past.
That's crazy.
It's crazy. And like, yeah, like alcoholism is like rampant in the country, and it's something that people don't really talk about, I feel like, over there. And that's another thing. It's just like people are so closed, and that openness is not always encouraged there. And
honestly speaking, I don't know how many dislikes am I going to get for this, what I'm about to say. But this is part of an indirect message, which is being direct now. Me and Ahmed that want to really pursue after this podcast.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've noticed it yet, but we're like that in our culture, which I love. There is definitely a positive side to it. And I'm not saying this to be balanced.
For sure.
There is a positive side to it because I believe I passed through many troubles in my life, and then I don't want to be sarcastic about the approach, but the man up approach, which goes back to hiding stuff and not talking about them.
Yeah.
Honestly speaking, it's exactly what I needed. There is a couple of stuff in my life that that's the only way our parents knew how to deal with stuff. And I don't even diss them for it, because I think for that certain time, that's exactly what we needed.
Yeah.
Thinking back at it now, it's definitely something that fixed the problem and made me treat the problem like it wasn't there. And it didn't resurface again, which is usually what happened. So part of the message that we want to convey with this podcast is we want to start not necessarily directly talking about them, but man, if it exists and we know it exists and it happened with me, my dad, probably my granddad, then it's time to speak about it, man.
People talk about it.
Relationships is the major one of them. Like we act like we don't have relationships over here, and then man, everyone from the older generation, if you would just insist on them telling you the story, they probably loved each other before getting married. So and it's frowned upon over here. But I think I definitely agree with you with that being a problem in any culture or community, because it just, instead of tackling something, you act like it's not there while it's there. It's like me playing flag football and acting like you're not against me, and no flags. It's interesting that you experienced that.
Yeah, man.
But what do you think is that, like, the heavy drinkers, and
I think the pace. I think the pace of the city.
Yeah, it's just.
New York is like that.
I think the biggest thing is just. It's that expression of your true feelings. So I can't remember the Japanese term for what it is, but it's basically, you have two faces. You have the face that you wear for public, and then you have the face like your true face.
Makes sense.
And that's the culture 100%. It's like they're showing this one face all the time and not truly expressing how they actually feel about everything going on in their lives. A lot of people unhappy, and that's universal all across the board, anywhere in the world, But I think people are so wound up tight in the country that they're seeking, things like alcohol or, even suicide, unfortunately, to cope. And it's a sad thing. And again, I think I'm not downplaying or like getting down on Japan at all, because again,
you always speak highly of it.
Yeah, beautiful country, wonderful people. I think a lot of the ways that they are, there's great benefit to it as well. Like there's pros and cons to everything, and I think the issue comes is when you take things to the extreme. Like, for instance, comparing Japan to the U.S., one of the things that you really love is just I think this goes back to that whole thing of like putting my own needs behind. That attitude, that's why it's, the streets spotless. You don't find a single piece of a shred of trash in the streets. You know what I mean? Like people do certain things, like they'll wipe off their tables when they're done. Just like so many small little things that they do, because it's like, I have to do this for the greater good. It's amazing, and it makes the country so beautiful. And that's why the people that are there, especially like expats that are there and stay, it's because you can't find that kind of service and everything like that anywhere else. It's second to none.
Yeah.
And again, like, it's when that's done in the right amounts, then it's beautiful, it's wonderful. But when it's taken to the extreme, then again, that's when it causes a problem. And then in contrast, US wise, like, sometimes me. I'm number one. I got to get mines. Like, I'm on the grind. It's me
like
against the world. Yeah, it's so much of that it puts a bad taste in your mouth sometimes. But it's a good thing because you see how
thrive.
the country has developed and thrived and all the great things that come from just that ambition that is the American way and pursuing that. You know what I mean? So
we were speaking about this in a sport manner, but we just woke up. This just popped up in our head one day, and I'm like, yo, these guys managed to create whole leagues just for them and make it worldwide. Like,
the NFL.
If you win the Super Bowl, which is the
That's
NFL
crazy.
championship, you're the Super Bowl champion of the world. And not probably 100% you can back that up. Like, no one else would make a team and come and challenge you. Like,
No
I
question.
remember in the NBA, they used to send, I don't know if you guys know this, but they used to send their high school kids to the Olympics, and they would win the Olympics. That's how they made the dream team. The year before the Olympics, before the dream team year, they lost. They got second, the high school kids. And then they're like, okay, we'll get every single guy that we have and we send them.
Yeah.
And man, the dream team, there is a whole documentary about the dream team. And they weren't playing in the league. They were just literally بيطقطقوا حرفيا. They were just playing around. So we were saying that. So I think what you're saying resonates with everyone in the world, not just you guys.
Yeah.
I never lived in the States. I've only been for 21 days. Amazing. But if anyone asks me, do you see yourself moving? My first answer is no. But if he asks me, if you moved, where would you go? My instant answer is the States.
Really?
Definitely.
Where in the States do you think?
That I don't know. I know for a fact it's not California because I've been to California.
That is a different part of California. You've been to North California.
I've been to San Rafael and I've been to San Francisco. Not me.
It's kind of different than the South.
I mean, Dave Chappelle said something very beautiful about San Francisco. And I went to that exact street. So I ended up in a street called Castro Street, which you probably know. Do you know Castro Street?
No.
Castro Street is the gay street in San Francisco. And Dave Chappelle calls it the I went to that street and I had wonderful experiences in San Francisco. But it's just not me. The pace of the city is not me. I don't know, honestly. I mean, he knows me. You know me as well. I'm a pretty routinal guy, disciplined guy, as long as I can do my sports, eat, have a good day. Definitely a sunny place. Okay, weather-wise, I cannot handle the cold. So definitely a sunny place. Florida, sunny state. They call it sunny state. That's why it popped into my mind.
Florida is the Sunshine State. Yeah, that's where I grew up at. You got some craziness in Florida, though. Depending on where you are in Florida, you could, run into some wild shit.
But that
sure.
demeanor is true. I mean, everyone in the world thinks that whatever is happening is happening. I mean, it's not called the American dream for nothing. But that's true. But moving to the States, moving to Japan, it always sounded to me like, yo, he went with these certain set of tools and skills, and then he had to throw them all away and make some new ones. And I don't know if that's true, but it sounds like it added more discipline to you.
I would say, man, it was an exploration, like an internal exploration. Like, I feel like there were things moving to Japan, I think just first and foremost of taking the leap, that was like the biggest thing of the entire experience, because I've always been more of a, kind of a cautious, like, take my time kind of person, you know what I mean? And this thing, like I said, I didn't have a passport. Like, I'd never been outside of my country. So to, like, make that jump into something that I never worked the sport, like the sport is short track speed skating. I didn't know shit about short track speed skating, you know what I mean? Like,
for real?
For real.
When you went to Japan?
No, I took the job, and of course they knew this, but I'm a strength and conditioning specialist. So it's not like I was teaching them how to skate. But again, it was like I'm working with an entirely new sport, in an entirely new country, new culture, everything. My athletes couldn't speak English well. So there's so many things that it was just like, I'm taking a dive into the unknown. There's so many factors that are new and things that I have no idea how all of this is going to shake out, but it's just like, let's just go for the ride,
language barriers?
The language barrier was interesting, man. So my first 2 years there, I had an assistant coach, Yuka. Shout out to Yuka. I love you, girl. She saved my life, man. But yeah, Yuka, she would translate for me all the time. So like we would have our training sessions. I'd call the group up. All right, fellas. Like I'd like brief Yuka real quick. Like, okay, Yuka, I want to say this, and that to him. You know, so she'd have an idea, and then I'd like, all right, guys, here's what we got today. Boom, boom, boom. Say my little like motivational spiel, and then Yuka would like da, 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 say it in Japanese. Like,
And she translate that?
yeah. So
That's
it was a dope setup, man. And again, I really appreciate her because I know for sure if it wasn't for her, then I wouldn't have been able to make that connection with them like I did. But you know, like alhamdulillah, like all God there, man. Just the way that they bought in and so quickly, it was amazing and incredible. Like there's no way I can say that. Yeah, I'm that good of a coach that There's that's God, bro. Like 100%.
Yes,
But again,
Just the way that. Just think about that's the thing. I always try to take a step back and be like putting myself in their shoes. Just imagine like another coach comes in from another country, you can't even understand, dude, but you just like
follow what he says.
Yeah.
you follow what he
Yeah.
says. You're like, all right, coach, like I got you. And somehow, some way, we made it work, man. And again, like that was only the first 2 years I had Yuka. After that, I didn't. So again, like God,
Wow.
But thankfully, I had those 2 years just to kind of build rapport. So it made it smoother, but I really had to like step up my game with Japanese and learning the
So
language.
you
and
had
everything,
2 years to brief for that moment.
Yeah.
But to be clear, mashallah, tabarakallah, I can say you're an amazing coach.
Thank
Yeah,
you, man.
wallah.
Thank you.
And not to downplay you coached the Olympic team
Yeah.
of Japan and skating, and you went to the Olympics, so
So,
don't
that's
downplay
it.
yourself.
Yeah.
Big guns, big thoughts. That's my motto. Not really, I just made it up, but yeah.
I like it.
ايش كنت بقول له؟ كنت بقول له شيء.
What is it? I have a question.
Sure.
But it sounds racist.
Lovely intro. So yeah, you went
No,
from
I've heard that
no,
before.
seriously.
What
How is
up?
it like to be a
black man.
in Japan? You
Black
know?
man in Japan.
That's different.
Yeah,
Oh, that sounds like
it's-
a good movie name. Black Man in Japan.
It's a, yeah,
No,
my-
it's totally different.
yeah. That actually. There's a YouTube. My buddy Ronzo, he does. It's Black in Japan. Not
Oh,
necessarily
okay.
Black man, but yeah, he
We
tells,
saw it.
he shares the Black experience in Japan.
Oh, the
awesome
interview.
stuff. But yeah, it's cool, man. Again, there are pros and cons to it. I feel like I can say that I was blessed to have the vast majority of my experiences were pleasant and good. There were a couple things where I felt kind of like shady stuff was going on and got discriminated against to a degree. But by and large, I think the experience that I had, people were looking like people there. They stare, man. They stare hard, like, and it's not. You know how
But-
people.
Yeah,
be,
yeah, I
You
know,
know how
I know,
people
like-
look at you and then they be
But
trying
you
to
wouldn't-
hide that they're looking at you. They don't hide it. It's just like,
But you wouldn't know.
say what?
You wouldn't know that
Because
they're
it's
staring.
not-
Stop it,
Small
bro.
eyes?
Stop it. Stop it.
Well, you couldn't say that.
Stop
Go Chinese. Yeah?
Oh man, y'all,
We'll beep it out.
please.
yeah, bro.
Oh man, but
can
yeah,
say
man.
whatever you want,
Like for instance, people, like I said, people always staring and stuff like that. I go into like a drugstore, and like they're just their culture is just like they're just
Expressive?
not necessarily enamored, but just maybe that is the word. Just like they're like, whoa, like this person is so different, and I really was so different from Japanese. My skin color, my build, everything. I looked tattoos. It's so atypical from what Japanese look. You know what I mean?
Tattoos are atypical in China and in Japan.
Well, it's a taboo thing. Like tattoos are by and large associated with the yakuza. So
okay.
like there were times where I actually couldn't go into like a club or something like that because
they thought?
I had tattoos. Like I had to.
Oh.
Not, obviously, I'm not yakuza, but again, it's such a taboo thing there, and it got better over the years, especially as they were starting to bring the Olympics that way. But yeah, like. Tattoos for sure is a thing. Like, dame. Like they're just like, no, it's not.
Okay.
It's not a good thing,
Never knew that.
But it's growing and changing, of course. But yeah, I was just gonna say like the story about I walk into a drugstore. It's all of these old ladies in there, and I think you guys heard
I
this
know.
story,
Give me a second.
But yeah, the ladies in there, they're like, oh, sugoi, meaning like that just means like awesome or wow, like. They kept looking at my muscles, so then they're all like kind of shy and stuff like that. And then the one lady is like, Can I touch? Can I touch? And I'm like, yeah, sure, it's okay. So then they all they like a whole bunch of they look like little schoolgirls. They're like, it's like giggling and touching my muscles and stuff like that, you know.
But how did you feel? How did you act? Like,
I just was laughing, man. And again, like, people could take some of these experiences one way, just like, oh man, like these people, like they, objectify me or whatever.
Yeah,
and that's in my head to a degree, but it's just like I'm not even about to take this too serious. Like, these people, they don't know, they don't understand, they never seen somebody like me, or they don't see it often or whatever. So I'm just gonna like show them the best of, I think a big thing for me is like, people have certain stereotypes, because again, I've had it on the other end of where like young guys will come up to me like, yo, hey, what's up, bro? Like, I've had that even here. What's up, my man?
There's a lot of
what's up, my man? What's up, my man? And like trying to spit rap lyrics. Trying to spit rap lyrics and stuff. And I'm like, no, like, stop. Like, they do, for real.
Sultan?
For real, they be like,
Sultan did this to him?
No, like,
it's always.
Man, I could really imagine this over here.
It's always
السلام الشعبية.
They be like, yo, what's up,
Yo,
bro?
what's
Like,
up?
all like, and I'm like, yo, and I just be like, hi, how are you? Like you don't have to talk to me like that. It's okay. It's a pleasure to meet you, my friend. But yeah, I always try to do that with these interactions too. It just kind of showed them just like, yo, like, we're not all the same. Like, whatever you see on TV, I can be a pleasant person and not, all of this rap shit and all of this. And then also, with the old ladies or whatever, you want to like touch my muscles. It's cool. It's fine. Just, let's talk about, everything, and
But you said
create
it goes back
connections,
to, I think you're way more different over there than here. Is that true? I mean, the difference between you and Japanese people, at least look-wise, is way different than you and Saudi people look-wise. So
of course,
I think a lot of I didn't go through the experience with you, but I would imagine that a lot of what you dealt with went back to that.
Yeah, for sure.
Definitely.
100%.
But yeah, it can't be easy. I can't imagine that it's easy.
Yeah. It's fun though. It's fun.
And then, so from there, you came straight to here?
Yeah. So 5 years in Japan. Like I said, beautiful time. And then it was like a situation where I feel like this was the same thing for vast majority of people. COVID hit and things changed, man. You had to reflect and think about where you're going with life. That was me. I was just like, yo, like the world's going to end.
Yeah.
What do I want to do? Who do I want to be with? How am I going to spend, my next, decade or
So
I don't
the
know,
world
whatever,
is going to
whatever.
end and you came to Saudi?
Huh? Well,
Very interesting
it's love,
choice.
man. Love.
Right.
If love is here, then
Yeah,
love.
man.
And you downgraded from Yuka to
home is
Ahmed.
where-
What do you mean?
From Yuka, from Yuka translating your motivational speech to, hey, what, bro?
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Did Rayan reach out for you directly? Like, how did you guys?
Yeah, so I was looking at a couple different places here in Saudi.
You were looking. Makes sense.
Yeah. Because basically it was a situation where things were becoming stagnant for me in Japan, COVID or not, honestly. And I was just like I said, it's not a forever place for me. And I started to kind of get that feeling of like, I think I want something different for myself, And things started to get more serious between my fiance and myself. And then it was just like a situation where I was like, okay, at some point we're going to, come together. When will that be? And then COVID hit, and it was just like, okay, like, yeah, this should happen sooner than later, And I talked to my dad about it. This was actually one of the last conversations that he and I had, and it was just like, man, I feel like I'm ready for something else. He's like, yes. He's like, son, you've outgrown that place, There comes a time where you kind of hit your ceiling where you are, and you need to move on. And it sounds like that's where you're at, And I told him about my intentions to marry my girl and stuff like that. He's like, man, I'm happy for you, son. I'm proud of you. Like, go for it. So that was one of the last conversations we had. And yeah, it was like a couple weeks, not even a couple weeks, maybe a week or two later, is he ended up in the hospital. He was bouncing in and out, and then ended up passing. And I realized, honestly, in retrospect, that time of trying to like decide to move to a new country as I'm mourning my father, it wasn't necessarily the wisest thing, because I thought I was okay, but when I look back, I was not at all. Like I was trying to make these major life decisions, and I was really like stressing, and obviously like the death of your father is a tough thing to deal with. So I was like dealing with all of that and trying to make these decisions and all of that. But again,
also,
man,
it was COVID time, right?
yeah, it was a lot, man. It was a lot. So it was all
COVID
heavy.
alone is a lot.
Say
Yeah,
what?
COVID
alone
by
is a
itself,
lot.
Exactly. It was a heavy time for me, and then I made a decision like, okay, I'm gonna come. I was interviewing with a couple different places. Some things fell through. RG looked, promising, but I didn't necessarily feel like it was my best situation, to be honest. But I really, really liked my conversation with Rayan, and that's something for me that I feel like is invaluable.
But you had another opportunity before RG, right?
Yeah, I
Turn it off.
had like nothing locked in. It was just like I was interviewing. You know what I mean?
I actually thought Rayan was cocky when I spoke to him before knowing him.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I spoke to Rayan before getting to know him real good, I thought, who's this cocky person? I think his height has to do with it.
Yeah. I felt like it, I don't know. He seemed sincere in like what he was talking about. You know what I mean? And I could feel that, cockiness or whatever or not, because I could kind of feel that maybe a little bit too to a degree.
Yeah.
But nah, like I felt like he was a sincere guy, and I was watching you guys, like seeing your IG and stuff like that. I was seeing you.
Watching us, huh?
Yeah. And y'all, I know.
Okay.
Yeah, and I know now y'all were like watching me a little bit too after you found out about
Yeah,
me.
we were.
But yeah, man, it was just like, okay, like I'll go with this situation, and then it was gut wrenching for me because again, with it being COVID, then all of the visa stuff, it was so delayed, and it really, really took a long time, and it had me stressed like crazy. Again, like mourning my dad, and then being kind of in this limbo phase, in between of like, okay, I told everybody I'm leaving Japan. It was killing my pride, man, because I was there for. I told people I was leaving, in maybe December is when I like decided.
Okay.
And I didn't even end up leaving until June.
Wow.
So it was 6 months of like just waiting, and I knew it was gonna be at least 1 or 2, but not six. So people were like looking at me like, oh man, you ain't never leaving here. Like you know how people like say that little shit, and you just be like, man, shut the fuck up. Like, I was really like it was hurting me. It was burning me. Like, oh, Tairon's still here. Like, shut the fuck. Like, but it was one of those things, man. Again, it's all God's plan. It happens for a reason, and I feel like it all just made me hungrier when I did come here, and. Yeah, you guys are cool, man. Good peoples, man. I'm thankful that I came into the situation I did.
You can say the same.
Because again,
and
like
even more about
with
you.
where I was mentally, I wasn't like 100% myself for sure. But I feel like it was an environment where I could kind of safely come back into myself and not feel the pressure of like, oh, this dude is jealous or this dude is talking behind my back, because I've been in different situations like that, So I'm thankful for you guys as well.
Nah, man,
for
we
sure.
can say the same
Thank
about you.
you,
I
man.
honestly grow more respect to you the more I sit with you. But that's the part that has to do with your dad. Allah yaghfir lahu. I shared this experience with you a bit different. My dad passed away in 2015. He wasn't as close to me as your dad, but I wasn't able to move around well. Like my mobility got snatched out of me, and I can't imagine traveling and making life plans while dealing with that. So honestly, the fact that you did that, and I thought of something while coming over here. I knew that speaking to you, the conversation would come over here, and I didn't want to say this for the first time on the podcast, but I am. I hope the reality of my feelings reaches you. I remembered something that we always say over here, and it resonated with me. I never believed it. I thought it was just something, which probably is. People just say it formally in funerals. But then when my dad passed away, it really sat with me, and it kept on ringing. Till this day, it rings in my mind.
Yeah.
And we have a say, اللي هو ما مات اللي ربه ما مات من ربه. So the literal translation would be that whoever raised well a son or a daughter never dies. And I never understood that. And then I truly did understand it, because again, my dad was never close to me. We didn't have any emotional connection, me and him. But doesn't take away from him being a great guy. And I started seeing a lot of him embodied in me. And I came to peace with that's me acting with what my dad gave me. And truly, it does feel, and I hope this resonates with you and help you in any way, till this day, it feels like whenever I make a great move and I can see where my dad's root is in that move, it truly feels like he never died because I'm doing it as if he's doing it.
Legacy.
True,
Yeah,
which is
legacy,
legacy.
yep.
It goes back to legacy. But yeah, that helped me a lot. So, man, kudos for you for doing that. I don't know how did you do that, but you
mashallah,
keep
bro.
on surprising me more and more, man. You're a tough shell, but even tougher inside. Just like an pineapple. Not really. Pineapple is a tough shell.
Pineapple, no.
But you're like...
Allah.
It's your boy, man.
That was always my expression. I bet there's a pretty good competition between you and Rayan.
Yeah.
You being black, Rayan being really tall.
Yeah.
But I'm secretly rooting for you. I know you have it, bro.
Bro.
I believe in you. I believe in you.
Oh my God. You off the charts, bro. I love you, man.
Nah, I love you more, and I'm really happy you're here, and I'm glad we got to sit and speak with you.
Yeah.
It's truly an honor. Whatever words you want to end up with, or if you have more questions.
Just want to know how do you feel about Saudi so far?
Yeah. It's good, man. Moving here was, needless to say, is a major shift for me. Not just in the fact of I was in Tokyo and then coming here, the nature of like
The culture,
two
the
very
culture
different
is
cultures, you know what I
different.
mean? So different. And then taking on just brand new roles professionally, like my job, the nature of the job is very different here. I was coaching Olympians in Japan, whereas now it's just, you know, kind of your general population. And then like just the nature of classes and everything is so different. And then at home, I have my fiance. Like we're not living together yet, but yeah, like I have her. She has 2 kids, so taking on the role of now husband, father, that is like
Bro, that's big.
everything.
That's big.
Everything.
What
Like
you
so,
doing?
my life is like taking a complete 180. Everything's flipped around. But I've never been happier, honestly, man. Like,
good.
I think a big thing for me is like I came here to be with them, you know, and just the happiness that they bring me on a daily basis. There's nothing like that, you know. And I've done a lot of things. I've had my fun and all of this, but like it doesn't compare to anything, man. So I'm on cloud 9 every single day. I come home and I see them, and the kids are crazy. They are crazy, man. It's so different. Like I've worked with kids all my life, like coaching and stuff like that. But like to
Being a dad.
raise kids, like
raise
be a
kids.
father, be in this father role, man. It's hey.
But
Serious, yeah.
but they're lucky they have you in that role.
You know,
Yeah.
and I'm
That's one
thankful.
good role
I'm
model.
thankful too. You know, because it's helping me, and I'm realizing it's similar to what you just said about like our fathers or our parents, our people raising us, and you know them living through us.
Through us.
I feel myself like saying or doing certain things that my dad would do, or on the other side, certain things that he did do that I learned like, that's not the best way to handle this. You know, it goes both ways.
Yeah.
But man, it's so
And then
beautiful.
now they're taking it.
Yeah, it's so beautiful, man. And I'm just like,
is,
this is wow. Like, how
Man, I'm
am I-
really happy you
Bro,
see the
wallah,
beauty.
wow,
yeah,
man,
me
that's
too.
wild.
Respect,
I always
bro,
thought
respect.
one of
Thank
the
you.
greatest thing anyone can do, and I always wish that I can be in the same situation,
Yeah.
is getting to be with someone and eventually marrying them
Yeah.
who already has kids,
Yeah,
and you
that's-
being part of their
Yeah.
life. I mean,
I'm thankful,
I
man.
think my nephews are the biggest blessings in life. One of them.
Yeah.
One of the best ones over here. But I think my nephews are blessings in life, and man, I can't imagine what that feels like.
Yeah, it
I
is,
mean, excluding the one time you cried on social media because they were stuck outside the car. We all saw that. Yeah, we all
Hey,
saw
she
that.
got me, man. I'm pissed, man. I'm still pissed
He was
about
so
that.
pissed. Was
To be clear, Tayron never cries. It was just a filter.
She got me good with that, man.
I
But
think so as well.
Yeah, it was hilarious. But yeah, just to go back, like, come full circle with the question, man. Like, so yeah, Saudi is good, man. Like I said, I've really been blessed with a circle at home and then at work, those are the places that I'm at. You know, there's because y'all don't got nothing else to do here. You know, so I go home and go to work. But I have great people around me all the time. So I'm very much like people is my thing. If I have good people around me, the situation it's cool. I can manage. I can make it happen.
I
so
really love how realistic you are. You just take it on. You just face
really
it, and
appreciate
I can respect that. I can respect that pretty much. I'm glad you're here, man.
Yeah. Me too, bro.
And the ending is even better. Won't he do it?
What?
Won't he do it? قلنا قدامك قبل كده.
افتكر والله.
Oh, bro, you so ugly. I can't even. Yes, he will, man.
Yes, he will. T, you owe us. We already made plans that we're gonna visit. Me and him.
Of course, bro.
And I'm gonna. Yeah. Thank you for being with us.
Yeah, man. I appreciate it.
عجب سوي الصفقة.
Good time, man.
Okay.
Yeah. All right, much love.
هاي